everybody, welcome to GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cube, founder of the Kokomo Con, and today I'm joined by pretty much my oldest friend in the world, and that says something about my taste, Michael Allen Harrison. Since you have last seen us, my good friend Mike here has helped save all of downtown Kokomo by battling a huge blaze at the Kokomo Tribune that nearly decimated the entire city. We're talking kaiju style here. So, Mike, on behalf of the citizens of Kokomo, Indiana, I just want to thank you and your brave brothers going out there and battling this incredible blaze. Myself, I contracted and then got rid of COVID. That's all I did.
Not all heroes wear capes.
So, nope, some just sleep for 18 hours a day. Don't eat. So, there you go.
Well, I'm glad you guys got through that. That was
It's not fun. I don't recommend it to anybody. Anybody out there that's going, oh, that's fake, it's not real. Well, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It sucked. It wasn't a good time.
I know 3 people that have lost a parent. I know 4 people in our group that all got it, and it was tough. And hopefully we're on the other side of it. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Inoculation's coming. So we'll see. Want to apologize to all of our many fans out there that have been missing the GeekStorm since we've gone on this extended hiatus, including all of our good friends in lockup. But we're back. We've gotten your many letters. We know that you missed us, and we appreciate all the love. Mike didn't necessarily appreciate the love letters, but, whatever. Mike, anything fun and exciting? How are the conventions in 2020? Did you have a good time at the conventions?
There were none, so I didn't go to any. Nobody had them.
There was one.
There was the Kokomo Con, which was a rousing success, and I was working that day and wasn't able to attend.
Missed out. It was a good time.
Yeah. So. You know what I didn't miss?
What did you not miss, Mike?
I didn't miss the second season of A Toy Store Near You, in which Kokomo Toys,
located at 111 South Sycamore.
All of Geek Street, including Comics Cubed, all of Geek Street were featured, including, obviously, the best part was a small part by myself. You ruined it, but I think I saved the episode.
I think I elevated that to possibly winning an award.
Available on Amazon Prime.
The fact that we're not even on the card, though, bothers me a little bit.
I did not think
of that. Who are the rest of these people?
I did not think of that.
So, we should get new cards made.
Amazon Prime, check out the second season of A Toy Store Near You.
Episode 4?
I think so.
It's episode 4.
Where they feature Kokomo toys, and it's pretty exciting. It was a fun little episode. It's only 20 minutes, so not a big time investment.
Get a thorough look at the store itself, a top 10 list of some of their favorite toys, including our director's favorite toy, Mr. Suckerman.
Yeah.
It's odd because we're like almost the exact same age. And he has got this huge fond memory of this toy, Suckerman. I can barely remember Suckerman.
I remember it.
It's there. Yeah. It's in a great, but as for being like special, no.
I don't think it had like the mass marketing of, say, Stretch Armstrong or anything like that. It was just there. It wasn't.
Anything that had magnets and suction cups.
Sure.
I wanted.
Right.
He was big into magnets and suction cups, which explains a little bit about his life today, I think.
Well,
but
it's all right.
All right, on to some what news we can get into. What do you got for us? Mike, keep your clothes on, man.
Sorry, folks.
Professionals.
It takes a minute to get back in the swing of things.
It does.
It's been so long.
We didn't get any practice. There's still no script.
Right.
No cue cards. All right, what do you got on this list? What do we got to talk about?
So we're not going to talk about a lot of the things we missed over the last 6 or 7 months because there's just too much and it's old news and you don't want to hear that. Here's some more recent developments, that are going on right now. Michael Keaton, who is first just only talked about being in as a cameo in the new Flash movie, which really up until the last couple months we really weren't sure was going to happen because it's changed directors many times. It's been in development. Hades
actor's has received a little bit of hate.
Right, exactly. Not knowing whether they would stick with Ezra Miller or not was a thing. But now they're saying they're starting production here in early 2021. Michael Keaton is going to make an appearance not only as and be Batman. They're saying that Michael Keaton will be the Batman of Earth 1. Okay, they're saying he's the guy. Now Pattinson's thing that's happening. It's a different Earth. It's a different. It's not part of
different
this.
universe.
Right. So I don't know what that means for Ben Affleck, who is also going to make an appearance.
He's from Earth Ben.
Or Ben. The Arrowverse is Earth Prime. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows what the rest is going to be? But the talk is they want Michael Keaton to be kind of like Marvel's Nick Fury, to flit in and out of different movies, and to be, this guy that's a legend.
Sure.
And they want that legend to carry weight. And Michael Keaton's great. I mean, he was great as the Vulture. Yes. He's great. He's been great in life. Birdman was fantastic.
It really is.
And
he deserved the award recognition that he got.
He did.
So man can act. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And he's gone a long way from Mr. Mom and Night Shift or whatever it was.
That's right.
To doing the roles that he's doing now. Now, what I'm curious about is, one, you said they. Is that any actual source, or is it just internet rumors right now?
No, that's a real thing.
Okay. And then two, is there any connection to him possibly being the Batman for Batman Beyond on that thing? Because he's got the right look,
right,
and he can still be that legendary figure,
yes,
and have like a Terry McGinnis younger protege underneath him.
Yeah.
They could definitely kill two birds with one stone by doing this.
As far as I know, they haven't said anything about production of any kind of Batman Beyond yet. But I'm positive if he's well placed in this as that character, that's a no-brainer.
Gotcha.
Why not have him be the
thing that I think really has to happen with this is, one, it has to be a success, because right now DC doesn't. If they're loading up their bullets for the big showdown with their big wins and successes,
right,
they've got a Barney Fife gun.
Yeah.
They don't got a lot of ammo to throw out there, and
yeah,
that's eventually, I imagine, is going to lead into one of our other subjects. But
exactly.
Wonder
Woman was one of the movies that the DCEU could hang their hat on and
that was a bullet.
This was a success.
Beautiful.
And we have some others that maybe are a little hit or miss, but everybody loved Wonder Woman.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Then you come along with Wonder Woman 84 that just came out.
Superman.
And it was more of a miss with most people than it was a hit. There were certainly people that liked it. It had a few redeeming qualities to me, but mostly it was a train wreck. And so when you have your big thing, and not everybody likes most of your thing, but you like one or two things, and then you come along with another thing off that thing, then that thing's not so shiny anymore.
If the thing is on a train going south at 50 miles per hour,
right,
it's going to collide with a train carrying different things.
Is it thing one or thing two?
It's thing two.
Okay, gotcha.
What I've noticed about the Wonder Woman 84 is the continental divide that we're seeing between fans.
Okay.
I have seen very few fans that are in the middle, like, it was meh. It is either, this was a great movie,
right,
you're all fools,
right,
you don't see the true majesty that is before you. Or it is you and me, like, watching this, at least me, going, is this a joke? Are they playing a gag on me?
Right.
Is there going to be some giant twist here somewhere that I see coming? Patty Jenkins is the director of both the first and the second movie.
Right.
And she hit it out of the ballpark with the first one. From the script to the cinematography to the actual acting, storyline, the whole thing was tight and really felt really well meshed and put together. The second one is a convoluted ball of messiness that never comes together, is just all over the place, with scenes that could have been edited with a hatchet.
Was Jeff Johns in on the first movie? Because he was.
Yes, his name is in the credits for the second movie.
He's in. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the first movie because the first movie was a success. He's
know.
he's co-writer of the second movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
But I wonder if he was also a writer of the first movie or not. I don't know, and I'm not trying to blame
the first opening sequence of that movie has a little Diana going through like an obstacle course going up against adults while she is probably between 8 and 12,
right,
somewhere in that age.
Right.
I could have watched that movie for an hour and a half of her doing whatever. Unfortunately, they follow up that big action James Bondy-like sequence with the adult James Bondy-like sequence,
right,
which has got Gal Gadot in it, which was too long and was horrible. There's a scene where bank robbers or whatever trying to steal something out of a mall, which
right,
didn't really make sense to begin with,
right,
except to get a big crowd there.
and then, it's an 80s feel. It immediately establishes the 80s feel.
One of these guys takes a child and dangles them over a balcony,
right,
not in a comedic way. There's
right,
nothing funny about this.
Right.
Then she proceeds to, for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes,
that's a long time,
beat them all up in some comedic Home Alone fashion.
Right.
Now, this is Wonder Woman.
Right.
we can all agree or whatever on different things, but Wonder Woman cleans up 4 bank robbers in 30 seconds and puts them down like dogs.
Right.
Maybe not actually breaks necks and whatnot,
Right.
like Maxwell Lord,
If she has
but she ain't spending 7 or 8 minutes playing with guys that just dangled a little girl over a balcony threatening to kill her.
Right.
That is, and to be honest, to show the character as powerful, it's like a WWE squash match. She comes in and 30 seconds later, they are done. They look like they've been brutalized, even though they're all fine.
Right.
And instead, we got this scene that just wouldn't end and was horrible.
It's interesting that you mentioned that opening sequence because Patty Jenkins said that the studio made her put that in there. She was going to go straight to the mall from the opening credits. She wanted the mall scene to be the first action scene, and they made her put that in there.
That was by far probably the best scene in the entire movie.
Everybody I hear talk to says the same thing. That was we wanted more of that. Okay, yeah, it was bad. And I said when I kind of reviewed it on Facebook, I said, if you liked it, that's fantastic. I'm happy for you that you got out of it what you wanted and that you enjoyed it. Rising tide lifts all ships. I did not feel that way about it, and this is why. And so it's we definitely don't want to tell you you're wrong. This is just how I feel about it. It was a mess. The CGI was horrible. Okay, the scene of her running down the highway, it looked like me and a green screen. You know, she's doing this. Okay.
I think we've actually done better sequences on the show before.
Mike Dukes has done better CGI on this show.
Here's the thing to go into this. I believe, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, we both love the first movie.
Right, go ahead. I'm getting some exercise in. Go ahead.
It is the best of the DC movies as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I can rewatch that movie over and over and over again.
I did rewatch it.
Absolutely love that movie. We didn't go into Wonder Woman 2, either of us, going, man, I hope this fails. No, we are both super excited. We are expecting a home run on Christmas Day. I'm like, this is it. This is going to be so awesome. And then, I mean, I'm not joking. By the end of that mall sequence, I'm deflated.
Yeah.
And then once we get to the invisible jet Saudi Arabia thing, which turns out that was like a 30, 40-minute sequence that should have just been edited out because it didn't have anything to do with the rest of the movie.
It was time for another. They'd gone so slow for so long. It was time for another action sequence. The movie was easily a half hour too long. And
I like a long movie. I'm the guy that will argue that if I pay money for it, give me 3 hours, but make them 3 hours where feel like 90 minutes.
And one more thing, and then I'm done. I'm done.
We're done piling on.
Okay. When you give me the rules of this ancient object, okay, if you touch this ancient object and make a wish, that's what's going to happen, okay? And that's the deal. If I hit you with my lasso and you're compelled to tell the truth, okay? But then, at the end of the movie, when somebody says, well, you know, broadcasting with this new camera is like touching somebody, that's not the same thing, okay? That's not the same thing. And they gave you the rules, and then as a plot twist or a plot device, they changed the rules of an ancient item, okay, that suddenly works with 1980s TV.
Wi-Fi.
It was on Wi-Fi. You're right.
And I didn't get, why was he becoming ill? I don't remember them ever explaining why he should be getting ill from doing what he was doing.
I don't know.
And then the secondary part of that was basically he was granting you a wish like a genie, but then turning around and doing a backdoor deal to give himself whatever he wanted.
Yes.
I don't remember that being part of any of it either. It was stated that you make a wish and then you give up the greatest thing about you. He wasn't taking the greatest thing about anybody. He was just taking whatever he wanted.
Right.
So the whole thing, it doesn't work. It didn't work for me. Wonder Woman #1 still an absolutely amazing flick. The second one for me will be a never watch it again. Except, luckily they put that first 15 minutes in. I'll probably watch that.
As a box office note, it's done $118 million worldwide. But that's not a measurement we can really gauge with anything, just because of the current situation with theaters and people not going. It was a big boost to HBO Max. HBO Max, leading up to Christmas, was doing their free HBO thing they do every year, and then they cut it off, you know, right before that, yeah. So, you know, it's a big boost. And along those same lines, people are joining Peacock in droves for The Office. So they're getting tons and tons of subscriptions because people want to watch The Office still. So
I've never watched The Office. It doesn't. The whole theme doesn't interest me.
No.
But they do have. They brought over. Of course, it was a teacher show with the guy from. Man, I hate this.
Head of the class?
No.
The guy from WKRP?
No, it's a new show.
Oh, okay.
It's a new show. Sunny in Philadelphia's guy starring in it.
Okay.
AP Bio.
Okay.
They did the first 2 seasons on regular television. They took the 3rd season over to Peacock, and so that got me to watch. But it didn't get me to pay.
Right.
One thing I like about the Peacock
I don't like
so
to pay.
far is that they have a non-pay version and then a no commercial pay version. So as long as you're willing to sit through normal commercials, if anything, it's better than normal commercials as
Right.
far as I'm concerned.
Right.
It's free. So for now that they have The Office, who knows? It's all bets off. So
This is a little older news, but do you want to quickly touch on Mandalorian or no?
Mandalorian was really well done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You've all talked about it. You've all seen it. I would love to have had the chance to have had conversations with our fans while it was going on.
Right.
I suppose, is it Book of Fett next and then Mandalorian?
It is Book of Fett next.
So you have to wait till Christmas now.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait a little longer for the new thing, and it will not be Mandalorian.
Right.
It will be the Book of Fett.
Right.
Which I've heard is going to open up with 3 Jawas walking into Jabba's palace and explaining how business is now done on Tatooine.
I don't know.
Because we own Mandalorians, is what they say.
I don't know that's
You like that armor you're wearing, Boba? Yeah, so did we. So.
Don't talk down to the Fett, okay? You just don't do it. No, that was a cool little surprise at the end. The only episode that had a button like that in the credits, and the Fett show is not Mandalorian season 3. Mandalorian season 3 will go into production right after production is finished on the Fett show. So we'll get into the Star Wars slate in a minute, but that's one of the things that people were wondering about. It's good to see it. It looks like the Fennec Shan, maybe the female assassin character.
Oh, from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I love her. She's so great.
Ming-Na Wen!
She is amazing.
Yeah, she looks like she was sitting on next to him, so it looks like she's going to be part of that show.
She's a great actress.
She was recently named, along with Robert Downey Jr., a Disney legend.
Oh,
so,
sweet.
So that's somebody that you'll see in all these projects, I'm sure.
And another thing about her, not only is she a female character and of Asian descent, she's not like a spring chicken.
She's like 54-ish.
Yeah.
I think she's my age. She's right around my age.
For the amount of action sequences that she's involved from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to this, man, I wish I was in that kind of condition. Man, she is awesome. I'm a very big fan. Everything she does, I enjoy
great.
seeing. She lights up the screen, and I think she will be a big help in carrying that book. Now, what we need to discuss, though, really is, how did Aquaman's dad become a bounty hunter in a galaxy far, far away?
It's the multiverse.
Maybe this explains why she was so drawn to Aquaman's dad. He was taking some time off, but I mean, a bad boy's a bad boy no matter where you go, and she could feel that was the Fett right there.
Here's how you can explain it. Because Star Wars happened a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
A clone
Oh.
got swept away in some multiversey thing with Barry Allen running on a treadmill, and all of a sudden he got plopped in the middle of the ocean.
I need a job.
Okay.
I got skills.
Okay. It's not necessarily him. It's just he's just another clone.
That's great. So yeah, but if you didn't know that, Aquaman's dad from the Aquaman movie is the same actor as Jango Fett / now Boba Fett.
So the biggest probably news in geekdom in the last month or so probably was that Mandalorian episode. But also, Disney had their Investors Day. Now, not being able to do the big conventions and not even being able to do their D23 show, they let loose a lot of things on this Investors Day. So something like 20 projects for Star Wars, 20 some projects for.
Here's what's about to get you paid
for Marvel. A lot of it was stuff that people like us who follow this stuff already knew were very strong rumors. They just were waiting for a time to announce, and this is when they announced a lot of those things. So, man, you're talking about just even on the Star Wars side.
One of the big ones is Patty Jenkins, who we just discussed doing Wonder Woman.
Yes,
is doing X-Wing Squadron.
She's doing Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron.
Yes,
I apologize. I love the idea of Rogue Squadron.
Right.
Always have. Thought the idea of doing a series about the pilots. It's been done in comics. It's been done in books. It's been done in video games. So excited. And this is before I saw Wonder Woman, like Patty Jenkins, man.
Right.
The stuff she did for Wonder Woman, this is going to be amazing.
Right.
Then I saw Wonder Woman, '84. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little
But
like,
I'll give her the
worried.
benefit of the doubt. Everybody has a turd once in a while, so maybe she'll come around.
I hope not. She's got to knock it out of the park with that one.
So you've got obviously the Mandalorian. You've got the just announced Book of Fett that wasn't talked about because that was still a surprise at the time. You've
More
got
money.
A droid story. You've got something called Star Wars Visions, which I'm not sure what that is yet. You got the Rogue Squadron series. You've got Ahsoka gets her own series. You've got Rangers of the New Republic, which I believe is the one where we're going to see
Filoni and his buddy.
the Katie Sackhoff. That whole. Who was that Mandalorian? What was her name?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. That's where Bo-Katan's going to go, as far as I know.
Really?
You've got Andor, which I've seen some pre-production on that, and it looks fantastic. Shut up. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he announced, she announced that Kathleen Kennedy announced that we're going to get Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader in that. We're going to get the Acolyte, which is the first of these that we're talking about that's set back in this High Republic area that we're gonna get into here soon, and then the Bad Batch is another show.
They did the backdoor pilot in the Clone Wars season. High Republic just came out as a comic book,
Right.
featuring brand new characters. It's like, I want to say, is it 200 years, something like that?
It is. I think 5. It might be 200. It might. It's in there. It's before they're getting out of the Skywalker era,
Okay.
And the only, as far as I saw on the comic, was you did have a younger Yoda.
Yes,
that's the only tie.
The only character I recognize is Yoda, and he's just a walk by.
Right.
But it was a really good story. If you're into comics and you want to check out something Star Wars related, and you want to see characters you don't know, then this is a perfect opportunity to pick up something new. It follows a young Jedi Padawan and her master kind of thing, but right on the cusp of her becoming a Jedi Knight. And it's got a little action. It's got a little humor. It's got the complete package of the Star Wars movies meeting a Star Wars comic book and melding together into just a really fun book. So highly recommend it. You should definitely check that out. Want to jump in on something real quick? Sorry, I know you got your list there, but big thing. Jodie Whittaker, after 3 seasons of Doctor Who, is bowing out. She is going to take the 3 and out. A lot of Doctor Who actors have done 3 and out from the new series.
Right.
Before that, it was all over the place.
Right.
Fanboys are uniting and going ape. They love it. Her run has not been universally beloved. But my situation here as a Who fan, and I have not actually watched Jodie Whittaker's 2nd season because I did think the 1st season was very bad.
I did too.
But I want to say like this: I don't think Jodie Whittaker did a bad job. Okay, I think she was a fine doctor. I think she's a pretty decent actress. But when you keep giving me script after script by a showrunner that just sucks.
And this is a new showrunner, right?
Yeah.
New showrunner with her.
Yeah, they got to bring on a new, yeah, exactly. It's like Moffat with Smith. He got to set up his own thing.
Right.
But this particular showrunner, as far as I'm concerned, did great disservice to Doctor Who. Never did anything for Whittaker. Now I'm sure that she will be loyal and stand by him, but Whittaker leaving this series doesn't help it. What has to happen is that showrunner's got to be out because he's not brought in 3 seasons with her of anything good. I don't believe we give him another doctor, whether it's one that's a guy, a girl, different sexuality, an alien. It doesn't matter. The guy has had 3 seasons to knock one out of the park and has failed on all levels to do so. So this is a thing where it goes from the bottom or the top to the bottom. And Whittaker is not at the top. That's showrunners. They got to get him out of there. I would happily have Whittaker back for a 4th season if we could get a showrunner that could reboot it enough to make it not suck.
Right.
Unfortunately, I think we've gotten to the point where the series has been around long enough that the average viewer has taken it enough that they're bored with it now.
Yes.
And so I hate to lose Doctor Who, but the truth is people who think somehow this was on a regular season basis anyway, Doctor Who, since it's restarted with these, the first couple of seasons were pretty linear, but it very quickly got to the point where they would take a year off. There was no, it's coming back in September. It's all over the place. Right. So if they take 3 to 4 years off, man, the heart only grows fonder kind of a thing. So, I'm not saying cancel it. I'd say put it on an extended hiatus and do the Christmas specials. But do the Christmas specials with either older doctors or, and this is what I think they should have done all along, they should have done a whole series about old companions without the doctors. You've got so many companions, and I'm talking the original series too, not just this new stuff. We can touch it. I mean, they did a little with Sarah Jane, beloved. Elizabeth Sladen, one of the best. But you've got hundreds of companions that you could go. I mean, I would love to see what Mickey and what was her name? I'm horrible with names. I apologize.
Rose?
No, Rose. No, one after Rose. The much better one. The one was the doctor, going on to be a doctor, nurse, from the Fallen Angel or the Angel episode 2. Oh wait,
Washington?
I can't remember. I'm horrible with that stuff. But they ended up as like members of Torchwood or something.
Okay.
So I'd love to see that sort of thing. So cool. And I'm sorry. Now back to your. Right. What do you got on the list, buddy?
We're going to wrap it up here, I think. But Disney also announced all the Marvel projects, things that we knew about, things that that they confirmed. I'm just going to run through these really quick, and we can hit on whatever you want at the end. And most of these are series. There's a few movies sprinkled in there.
Okay.
You've got Ironheart. You've got Don Cheadle returning as War Machine in Armor Wars. You've got the Eternals movie. You've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is coming later this year.
Maybe.
You've got Shang-Chi. We've all been saying it wrong. Okay, Shang-Chi.
It's Shang-Chi.
You've got WandaVision, which starts on the 15th of this month and has been confirmed as a 9-episode season with 2 episodes dropping on the 15th.
Nice. You've
got Quantumania. Okay, Quantumania, which is a Guardians of the Galaxy vehicle. I think it's going to be like the holiday special or something like that. I take that back. That's completely false. Quantumania is the name of the next Ant-Man and Wasp movie. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It says Ant-Man and Wasp so small because that's funny.
Well, they're tiny.
At the very end, he threw up the new Fantastic Four logo and said, "Just so you all know, this is in development." But he didn't say anything more about it, and no casting, no time.
Any more word on Blade?
Will you let me get to it?
I'm sorry. I mean, it's a long list.
It is a long list.
We only have so many minutes in the show.
You've got the Loki series, which the first trailer dropped for and looked fantastic. You've got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is a movie. You got What If, which is a series I'm super excited about.
I'm shocked that's not out yet.
Well, they've got I'm sure they want to. Okay, we're gonna throw all this stuff out there, but we throw it all at once. What are you gonna do in February? They want to.
Once Mandalorian was canceled, what did we get for a year?
I don't know. Well, they had to.
They had
to see if they're gonna make $1 or not.
We sat there for a year waiting for. We had Mandalorian and Clone Wars in a year.
You got the Hawkeye series that is filming right now, and they just finally right then confirmed that it was Haley Stanfield as Kate Bishop.
What would I know her from?
She was in the True Grit remake.
Oh, okay.
She was in the second. What's the singing movie with the a cappella singing group?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Okay. She was in that. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. That's something that I said earlier. I Am Groot, which I think is a animated thing. Thor: Love and Thunder. They confirmed Christian Bale for the first time, or what? They confirmed his role, which is Gore the God Killer. They hadn't said who it was yet.
Oh, cool.
Black Widow movie. Blade movie.
Black Widow movie's that far down?
Well, this isn't time.
Okay. I'm like, holy cow.
No. This isn't an order.
Okay. Whew. You had me worried there.
The Blade movie, Ms. Marvel series, which is they announced the casting for that, and I don't know the young lady's name. Black Panther 3, they said, and he says very specifically, we will not be
Black Panther 3?
Black Panther 3. Black Panther 3.
Don't we get a 2 first?
Black Panther 2.
Oh.
Now that I
it's okay. You're elderly. It's okay.
Black Panther 2. He says very specifically they are not going to recast T'Challa. That doesn't mean we won't get a different Black Panther.
We're going to have a Black Panther.
We're not going to recast T'Challa. The She-Hulk series, and they finally used that opportunity to say that it was definitely Tatiana Maslany who was going to be the cast as She-Hulk. They also said it was going to be a lot like a lot of other Marvel heroes walking in and out of the series, where she's handling their legal.
It sounds like they're going to do it with the comedy
issues.
kind of version.
Yeah.
Which could be really fun.
The Moon Knight, which they did not confirm Oscar Isaac.
I really want that to be good.
I do. I want it to be good, and I want that to be true, but we'll see. Okay.
And I would like Oscar Isaac to do it, but they're gonna dwell on the mental issue of him instead of the mercenary badass vigilante.
Well, that's cheaper, So it depends. But they're throwing money at all these series. They're not skimping on anything. Captain Marvel 2 and Secret Invasion.
Just doesn't end.
The Secret Invasion is supposed to be more of a Nick Fury vehicle. So we saw him and Talos in space, and so maybe that'll be a buddy thing. That'll be kind of fun to do. And then this question mark, I don't know what that is. So that might just be just a filler. Anyway, a ton of stuff, more than we can really talk about. Especially since Mike says we only have minutes. Okay. So a lot.
So WandaVision coming out on the 15th.
Yes.
I believe that it's going to be the her mental breakdown. Vision is like destroyed and she's not having it.
You think Vision isn't really there?
I think Vision isn't really there.
Okay.
And that, or if he is, it is a construct that she has created to fill the void, and that she is having a mental breakdown after losing her brother, losing the android she loved, and this will be her coming back to, at the end, snapping back to reality.
Maybe?
Back to reality.
Back to life.
That's what I got. Hey, stop by Comics Cube, check out Firepower. We're going to talk about that next week, but there was so much stuff that we didn't get to it. But yes, Firepower, an amazing book by Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, featuring a kung fu action theme that will blow your mind. Be groovy, everybody, and until next time, visit Geek Street in the heart of downtown Kokomo.